Melissa Rolfs coming to you on Sunday afternoon, excuse me. I clearly don't know what time of day it is, but I wanted to come to you today and talk about why do I keep going back. So I'm Melissa Rolfs with freetobe.net for those of you who don't know me, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my story with you. It's really no secret that in the past 13 years, am I really old enough to have done something for 13 years? I don't know. You be the guess of that. Started when I was 2, right? Just kidding. But I've been with several companies in the direct selling industry. And I used to feel a lot of guilt and shame and embarrassment over that. But God has recently removed that and revealed to me that that's a good thing. And I want to share why with you today. So it's always been super important to me from the time I was a little girl growing up to be the type of mom that was available to her kids, who was present, who was accessible, who had flexibility and the ability to be there for them. That's something I've always wanted since I was a little girl. You all know those dreams that we have when we're kids, right? Well, that was one of mine. So when I was not even married to Chad yet, I had just gotten engaged, and I was presented with an opportunity in this industry. I saw a vision. I saw the opportunity to be the kind of mom that I knew that I wanted to be there for my kids, while also being able to contribute to our income and make an impact in our family in that way. And that dream was born. So we all know that I'm not with that company anymore, but like I said, that seed was planted, that dream was born. And we went on to eventually get married, and of course we had kids, and I really struggled when we had our kids because part of me didn't feel like I knew how to be a good mom. I didn't know how to do that. It just was not something that I was used to, I guess. And so I started to look for jobs. I wanted to work part-time, I thought. And so I would look for jobs when Lauren was, I don't know how old she was when this started. Gosh, it's been a long time. But just knew that there was something more in me that I needed and wanted to do. And so started to look for jobs. And finding a part-time job as a mom is super tricky. I mean, there's not a lot of flexibility, there's not a lot of freedom there, and it just wasn't conducive to our family, which is fine. I wouldn't expect that. They are the employee. They want you to be there when they need you there, and that totally makes sense. I get that. I understand that. But it just wasn't what I wanted. So again, when I joined this industry 13 years ago, it was before we had kids. I feel like I had a vision. I saw the life of flexibility, of freedom, and potential. And this was more so in the time aspect, which is the most important to me, but then also, of course, with financial freedom as well. So we all know I've been with various companies in this time, at least 8 or more, but that doesn't really matter. But the question is, why do I keep going back? Why do I keep coming back to something when maybe the first 6, 7, 8 tries didn't work? And that's a great question, right? So just for me, this is the only industry I found that lets me be the type of mom I want to be present, available, flexible, do this on my terms while also making a difference for our family. Now, am I saying that this is the only way? Absolutely not, but this is my story, and I don't know what your story is, but this is just my story and my journey, and that's why I want to share it with you. So after all of those companies, why did I keep trying new ones? I could sit here and I could tell you every company I've been with, the pros, the cons, but that doesn't really serve the purpose or the point. What matters to me is that God has called me here. He's called me to help people to transform their lives through fitness and health. And I believe that as a Christ follower, we're called to take care of our bodies and our temples. And that's just a responsibility that He's given us. And I want to help people in that area. And I feel like this is a way that I can really make a difference and make an impact in the lives of people while also being the type of mom that I envisioned being 13 years ago. However, it seems to me that there's a lot of misconceptions and false ideas and maybe even some lies surrounding this industry. So over the next few Mondays, I'm going to do what's called Mythbuster Monday, and I'm just going to share some misconceptions I've heard along the way because I've done this for 13 years. I've heard a lot of things, and I'm just going to share some facts, some misconceptions, and just provide more education. I know some of you have been in companies before. I know some of you have been burned by people in this industry, and for that I'm truly sorry. If I have done that to you, I would ask you to forgive me. I just want to share what this has done for me and my family, and yeah, I'm going to post this on my personal page. I'm going to post it on my like page. Would love for you to check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, I'm here to help you and to serve you and support you. And I invite you to check out my website too, freetobe.net, and sign up there. There's a contact form, and I will send out my free ebook of clean eating recipes. I've got a newsletter that goes out with tips and motivation and support and encouragement. So just wanted to share a little bit of my story as to why I keep going back, in case you've been my friend for this extended amount of time and have seen me through all of these companies. Just kind of wanted to share a little bit as to why that is. I saw something and I knew there was potential there, and I kept going for it. So hope you guys have a great Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if I can do anything to help, let me know. Take it easy.